font I chose. There we go. Welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Saints 3G role playing for Living Legends, where we're going to try to become legends. I have my doubts because this is a one shot, so we'll see what happens. Anyways, we're going to be playing a little bit of Dungeons and Dragons, actual 5th edition. So, if you have, yay! If not, then all the players here already have access to it on D&D Beyond. They're not sponsoring us, so we get no money, which is kind of bad, but oh well. They should sponsor us. Yay. But
yeah, I could use some computer upgrades.
Yep.
Several others of us could as well.
Yep, any and all proceeds would go to upgrades for our players. But anyways, our GM for tonight, as y'all can tell on the screen, is going to be the one in the center. It's going to be Kyrath. Kyrath, it's your show for now. Because I know there's going to be insanity and it's going to take it away.
Okay, yes. Hopefully there will be a lot of insanity. So this one shot is, in theory, a lot less serious than the one that Kyla was running. And what happened?
Navi, no! Navi, no!
Hey, that was all Theory's problem. That was all.
What happened?
No, you texted me! Do not blame me! You started the texting! That
Okay.
Thanks
So,
so much.
we are in a party of adventurers. You guys are all part of an adventuring guild that, according to random roll tables that we were discussing last week, your previous quest was fetching a rare creature known as a pygmy deer, and it has magical properties, and you were fetching it from a faraway island full of cannibals. And for the success and fame you accomplished in this mission, you were invited by a famous archwizard known as Findrel to his mansion.
He's trying to steal our powers.
Meet with you. Okay, so now I'm just going to read the intro. Okay, here's the intro. What happened to the music?
I don't know, I was about to ask.
It's behind the DM paywall, so I can't see it.
Okay. Okay, so each one of you is part of an adventuring group of heroes. Having completed your most recent task with exemplary skill, your group caught the attention of the Archmage Findrel. He invited you to a feast at his mansion, which you decided to accept. When you arrived to the mansion, an impressive architectural marvel on the crest of a large hill, you were greeted at the door by Findrel's apprentice, a wizard known as Gareth. He escorted you through several richly furnished and warmly lit halls to a dining room filled with a large rectangular wooden table covered with dishes of all types, some of which were being carried about by invisible magics. There, he introduced you to two other guests for tonight's meal, Jonathan Carver, the mayor of Glensbrook, and his captain of the guard, Ariel Metalcraft. Once you have all taken your seat, Gareth clears his throat. Welcome once again to Findrel's mansion. The Archmage will be joining us shortly, but for now there is no reason not to avail ourselves of such a delicious meal. He swiftly claps his hands twice, and silverware materializes at each spot of the table. And with that, we're going to begin.
Uh-huh.
Apparently the bard decided he was the most important person at this feast, and he's standing right at the head of the table.
So where's my...
No, that I was just... No.
Where's
no.
my...
Oh, no, I can't sit over there because me and Sierra hate each other, so I'm actually over here. I'm sitting next to...
I don't see a token
next to...
for me.
Astrid.
It's right here.
That's my name.
It's right there.
Can I start the perception checks yet?
We should probably do
There we
names.
go.
And technically, I don't have any problem with you. It's you have a problem with me.
Wow.
What is going on?
Nothing. It's a backstory thing.
Real quick explanation, since we should all probably know about it.
Yeah, so
Because we've
previously, I have a traveling musicians group, and Sierra's character was at one point part of this group, and we had a disagreement about what the purpose of music is, and then she got kicked out, and I don't like her anymore.
Actually, we should probably go around and introduce ourselves, to be honest.
Yeah, probably.
That sounds like
Introduce
a
our
good
characters
idea.
to the stream.
No, we will all be mysterious, and no one will know our names by the end of this.
Okay, since you already started, Kylar, go ahead. Introduce
Aye.
your character.
Glame Dragonfell, the dwarf bard, inventor of the earth harp, tamer of dragons. That's me.
What's an earth harp? That sounds fascinating.
So-
Says the woman Ariel Metalcraft, who's sitting right there.
Well, I had inspiration when I was going to this dragon's lair to tame the beast. My regular harp was broken in a fight with the dragon, and I was trying to tame the beast. And I think, what if the strings weren't attached to a harp at all, but strung throughout the entire cavern? It makes such a glorious musical reverberation that you feel it in your soul. We communicate with it now in the mines, and it provides glory and peace to our workers. We feel elevated from the music. It reaches down, it pulls your souls out of the pits of despair. It is the most glorious sound you'll ever hear. Unfortunately, I cannot travel with it. I must build it wherever people request it to be built.
Yeah, I think we might
Wow,
have
that
a
sounds
problem.
interesting. The acoustical properties of that must be very complex. That would be very interesting to see in person, don't you think, sir? And she looks at the Mayor Carver, and he's like, yes, I think that sounds interesting.
So who all are these people? Do we know at all?
Wait, let's still interview. Before we get to the NPC,
We're-
we should probably know who each other are.
Yes. Kyrath, since this is your show, you get to choose who's next, because it's your show.
But you guys just spontaneously introduce each other.
Oh, that sounds
So-
amazing. I wish I could see something like that. Says Astrid Stormweaver, Bluetooth. She is a 7'10" Goliath woman, and she wields a large scythe above her head, and she seems to have an affinity with storm magic and lightning. And then whenever she casts her spells, there's like a dark sort of presence and essence around her for a moment. It kind of freaks the rest of you out. She's very tribal. She's very proud of her tribe. She doesn't talk. She talks about it, but she doesn't really mention why she left. And when you've been around her, she seems very pleasant, but she doesn't always make the right decisions, and is not the most wise member of the group thus far. There have been some incidents that make you worry about her a little bit. We had some music back home, but it was nothing like that. Nothing quite like that.
Well, I would hope not, because I invented it.
I can't invent anything, so that's pretty cool.
Then Findrel chimes in. I mean, not Findrel, Kyrath says, well, since you seem to have spoken up, why don't you introduce yourself to the rest of us, young lady?
I am Astrid Stormweaver of the Bluetooth tribe. We are the mighty Goliaths of the Storm Mountain. We protect the mountains and all those around it. It is because of us that you have not had to deal with air elementals or the dreaded Tempest. Which is basically a serpent. It's like a serpent that it likes lightning. It's very scary. I assure you.
Kyrath just says, well, yes, that sounds like it would be quite an inconvenience, so I'm glad that we don't have to deal with that.
Do go on about this particular creature that you have, so to say, protected us from. I would very much like to know a bit more about this creature. By the way, my name is Legion Nightstalker, cleric of the knowledge domain. I pursue knowledge and spread what good I can.
Oh, what kind of knowledge are you interested in? Ariel asked.
Just about everything. I'm not sure I have a limit. I have studied for quite a number of years, and I seem to have picked up quite a bit of knowledge from just about everything.
Are you guys eating while this is happening? Because
You just said there was
No.
silverware. You just said there was silverware. You didn't say there was food.
Yeah, there was
You said there
already
was food.
food. It's
Yeah,
floating
you
around the
said there was
table,
food.
and then
Yeah,
the
I
silverware
missed
so you
that
can eat the
somehow.
food just appears. So there's food. So
Yeah.
the rest of the three, they're all eating food. There's like
Oh
just
yeah,
like
I
plates.
definitely am.
It's like every sort of
This is-
imaginable food, and like sometimes like plates just appear and they float down to the table, and they're there for a little bit, and then they like float back off the table and just disappear, and then new ones come, so you can like choose whatever kind of food you want.
Yeah, Grill started eating when everyone else started eating.
Yeah, Astrid.
I
has
am looking
Astrid
around.
Astrid already has a full plate of food, and she's been eating it.
Yeah, the reason that I introduced myself first was so that I could just start eating food.
Yeah, I'm watching everything rather warily and possibly poking one of the serving dishes you're talking about floating if it floats close to me.
Okay, if you poke it, it doesn't like move at all. It just continues falling.
Uh-huh.
It doesn't like wobble at all if you poke it.
Right.
I do believe Lucian has pulled off a couple of things here and there, very carefully, very prim and proper. His silver hair just kind of pulled back very tightly, and kind of an ivory skin with nice, I believe it was, what color eyes were they, did I say? No. Oh, I didn't say, or at least it didn't carry over onto the page that I'm looking at. If I remember right, they were ice blue eyes.
Oh, your eyes are ice blue as well? Astrid says this too. Astrid also has like lightning blue hair, and it doesn't seem dyed. Like every time it's like been cut or whatever, you've been around her, it stays the same blue color. So you think it's probably either her natural hair or somehow it's been permanently set that way.
It didn't save it from when I put it in. Oh yeah, they are ice blue. They stand out. It stands out from his hair and his skin tone, because his skin tone is very ivory, very white. Hair is silver, and then the ice blue eyes that stand out.
And there's the reason why you and your other companion to leave some space down there at the end of the table. Why don't you join us closer over here? He like gestures that you guys scoot down.
I, of course, know the respect is due to the head of the table and sat as close as possible so I could regale you with tales and compliment you on the victorious house you have here.
And all of a sudden you just hear like this faint like chiming noise, and then there's just this disembodied voice says, "The local time is now 6:00 p.m." And then fades away.
I'm looking around.
Yeah, I'm gonna lean down.
What?
I also kind of like look down at, what's your name? Gleam? Glam?
Lame.
Glame? I'm gonna lean down to Glame and be like, did you hear that? This place is haunted.
I think that it is rather magical and not haunted.
So do
We are in a
do
wizard's
Lucian or
mansion.
Althea like scoot down, and they continue sitting where they were sitting?
Right.
What was that?
That makes more sense.
Do you want to scoot down so that you're sitting next to Crispora, or do you purposely leaving a seat in between the two of you?
I haven't decided yet.
Yeah, I need to know who these people are before I decide anything like
Well, this is a party. You're gonna just be sitting next to
Your party member.
yeah,
Okay,
Crispora.
I'm not in tabletops, so I don't know.
So we'll just say you scoot down. Okay, everybody scoots down. Yay! Here's-
Also, I gave everybody's token their name, so you can hover everybody's thing
I
if you
saw
don't
that.
remember
That's
their
very
names. You can
handy. Thank
actually call them their name.
Oh yeah, good idea. Well done.
Okay, so then Jonathan says, "Well, how about the rest of you? Who are you all?"
I'm real weird. Just a poor moneylender down on his luck. Turned archer.
A moneylender. That's Guess you don't really see those in groups of adventurers.
Well, not anymore. I don't have the money to land, sadly.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
I am too.
I take an apple from my plate and I chuck it at Crispora and I say, "Dragon, catch!"
I grab it as quick as I can. Thanks, I think.
She's very accurate. She does a really good job with catching.
By the way, that was insight roll to look into a grill.
Yeah, can we do some perception and insight stuff,
What?
please?
We've been traveling with him. Why
For
are
a
you
long
rolling
time.
that now?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we just.
Yeah.
I think the assumption is the roll was made earlier.
Yeah.
I think we have to wait till he does something that actually would be suspicious.
No, we clearly just stab him right now between me and Barry. We just like pull
Okay,
out
so
swords.
Ariel turns to Crispora and says, "Ah, yes. What is your name?"
Oh, and I will stand up now and take a deep bow. My name is Crispora Pyrax. I'm an entertainer
Oh,
and
nice.
a fighter. And the best musical talented here, and I make a point to look straight at Glim.
So
Mayor
Lucian,
Carver.
have you ever heard of anybody taming a dragon successfully with music before?
Mayor Carver's like, "Oh, an entertainer. Oh, that's fascinating. We could use."
Well,
some
you haven't
entertainers
quite
stopping
tamed
by
her now, have you?
Glensbrook. That would be great. Do either of you have business cards or some sort of contact information?
Oh, and I'll just immediately start writing up some stuff and hand it to her. Here you go. I'm a one-person group now.
Like nodding, like yes, you are, because no one will work with you because you're crazy.
And what about you down at the end? Gareth says, pointing to Althea.
If I can figure out how to pronounce this.
It's your name!
Pronounce it however you
It's
want.
a
There's no
random
wrong answer.
thing. That's one of the random things.
It's
Althea Wasanti.
That's all we know
Everyone
about her.
looks at you
too.
expectantly.
She doesn't talk very much. We just let her stab the thing. She's quite good at it.
Oh, okay.
She also has a mind for that's the wrong accent. She also has a mind for the inquisitive. If you would just let her go.
What does that mean?
So then,
She likes
Gareth.
to ask questions.
That's a
so
big
why don't
word
you
for
guys
asking
talk more
questions.
about this pig here and your quest to capture it.
Wait, what did we do? I forgot, guys. Why are we? I don't remember. What?
we acquired the pygmy
know-
deer that was magic from the island of cannibals. Do you not remember? You almost got your leg bitten off.
I just remember this. There was a weird smell and a lot of dying things. I don't remember the bite. No. Ah, we survived. Our food's here. What does it matter what happened?
I think it matters quite a bit what we went through, but okay. Very well.
Okay, so then all of a sudden, something dramatic happened.
Oh no!
So suddenly, no! Microsoft Word, what is wrong?
Oh, you should print it out. Quick, you're
That's the third time.
printer right behind you. Print it. Print it.
Reloaded it.
This stream, by the way, does not endorse or is sponsored by Microsoft Word or any of its products at all.
That's why you should be using Google Docs.
No, because then another thing that has to be open on the internet. That's terrible. Google Docs is way glitchier than Microsoft Word.
Okay, so
Put it up on your phone.
Suddenly, the door at the
Fuck,
far
I
end of the
know.
hall, right here. Where did my... Right there. Flies open with a large crash, and a figure comes into view. An older man looking a few years past his prime, wearing fine elegant robes, staggers into the room. His hands clutching at his chest, where the hilt of a large dagger is protruding. He opens his mouth, but no
cast
sound
dancing
comes
light.
out. Several black veins pop up all over his exposed skin, and he slumps forward. As his body hits the ground, it explodes into a fine black mist, leaving no trace of the man, his clothing, or a dagger.
Well, there goes me
You all
getting bonus hit points.
feel a faint sensation as a wash of power surges over you momentarily, and then the sensation passes.
Was that
Okay.
supposed to
So
happen?
Gareth immediately stands up and just puts both of his hands on the table, and he's like, "Flames of Midrasil! The mansion's been breached!" So he stands up and the blood draining from his face. He looks around. Everyone stay calm. You should all be safe as long as you remain in this room.
I pulled, like, the
I
food
must
has been
check on the
scattered
status
as
of
I
defenses.
grab both of
I
my
will
short
return
swords from my
shortly.
back.
Until then,
I've
stay
already,
alert, but calm. And
I'm,
then
He
I'm
goes under
already
the
out of
table,
my
hiding.
chair and to some. Since I can't see the map, I
Yep,
don't know
no,
what's
no,
going
we're
on.
going, like, the adventure awaits. And I was like, I hop on the table and go after him.
I'm getting to.
hiding under the table.
I am
I pull out my
I am
giant
getting
knife.
to a
Okay,
place
so
where I
everyone
can
say
have a
what they're doing.
vantage point of where I can see the whole room, and I'll like.
I flip my plate of food and it goes flying, and I pull out my giant scythe and I stand behind the dwarf. Where's
You
the
notice that as your
fun?
plate of loot goes flying, like right before it hits the ground, it just disappears.
Yeah, so I grab my swords from behind my back, and I jump on across the table, and as I'm running across the table to go follow him, I stab, like, a piece of meat onto one of the swords, and, like, shish kebab it, like, halfway down, so I'm, like, eating it on my sword as I'm
Claim
running.
it's not real! Don't eat it! It's not real!
It tastes like it's real.
It disappears! I just saw it!
Okay, Garrett turns to you before if you're coming up to him with swords drawn. And he's like, whoa, everyone remain calm. We're all perfectly safe as long as we remain in this room. But the mansion's magical defenses may have been activated, so it's not really safe for you guys to be wandering around. So just stay here. I'll be back shortly. I just need to check on the defenses.
Didn't you just say it's not
You
safe to leave this
Take
room?
somebody with you. Because if you die, nobody knows what's going on, right? So,
Okay, is anyone in the party that you have like not sensitive to magic at all? Because they'll react at least with the defenses of the. If you have to take
that
someone with,
would
be
be
someone who's
me.
not magically reactive.
That would be me.
What do you mean by magically reactive?
If anyone has any arcane talents or magical abilities, then they should not come along because that could be dangerous.
Would my cloak be a problem?
He
These
said
are out loud.
abilities.
I didn't catch what you said there.
Do you say that out loud? Do you ask that?
Yeah. Would a magical object be a problem?
He
Or just
like
something
looks over to you and he
myself.
like has this little monocle like on a stretchy cord that he pulls out of his contraptional vest and he like looks like, oh yeah, you probably want to take that off just to be sure. Or you're free to, like I said, I'm fine. You guys can just stay here. I'll be good. I'll be right back.
Yeah,
Nothing bad will happen.
that's not happening.
Wait! I think I can solve the problem. I am very good at sending messages, and if something happens, I can find out. I can send him secret messages with magic.
But
Well, no. It's his house. He says it's fine. We can stay and eat. We can at least look at the food.
but the guy we were here meeting.
Okay, we don't have much time. I'm just gonna leave. If you guys can't make up your mind, I need to check on the defenses immediately. So, and he just starts walking on the door. Then
Can
go
you
with-
tell us anything about the defense in case we have to leave the room?
Don't leave the room.
But how do we get
I'm
out if we
going
can't
with
leave the
him.
room?
I am going
We won't
with
be able to
him.
get
I
out
am
until I
going
deactivate
to-
the defenses. In the event of what I think just happened, the entire mansion is sucked into its own pocket dimension. So you won't be able to leave the mansion. But don't worry, nothing will be able to attack us. We're perfectly safe.
You just said it was breached, so something can attack us.
Don't worry. This is wasting valuable time. I need to get there and secure the mansion. So
Yeah,
he just walks away.
I am handing
we okay?
my cloak.
I'm very scared. Is anyone else scared?
Okay, you hand your cloak to
And
Astrid, because she's the closest
what?
person.
No.
He's not. He said
Oh.
you handed it to Lucian. She said.
Oh,
She said
okay, I guess Lucian can be over there. Okay.
everybody's over here.
He puts down his tea and then takes the cloak and folds it up nicely. Puts it on
Thank
the
you.
on a.
And I am
the chair
following
next
this
to him.
guy.
Do take care of yourself.
I intend to.
Then he picks up his tea and goes back to sipping it. Pinky
What
out.
does pocket dimension mean?
So you know how like you have so you know how you have pockets, and so like when you put something in a pocket, you can't see it from the outside, and like if you seal the pocket, nothing will be able to get in.
Well, I mean, you just have to rip it to get in, but.
Well, yes, but the pocket dimension is the similar thing, except with the fabric of reality. So we're inside a pocket, so nothing can get in or out unless we.
We can't get out. But I'm claustrophobic. We can't do this. Or can't get out.
It's not small. It's quite large. It's the whole mansion, I believe, is what he said.
I need the sky. I don't like this
You
at all.
came
Why did
inside this building.
that is well, but it was food. No.
There's still food. As I take another bite out of my shish kebab piece of meat off my sword.
But it disappears. I saw it. It doesn't stay.
It's magical.
Look, and I take an apple and I throw it at the wall.
Why did the guildmaster leave me with such people?
Okay, when the apple hits the wall, then it disappears.
That food doesn't do that.
Ariel pipes. Like, I believe it's just an enchantment on the table to keep things clean.
I don't like this place.
Well, I like it less because the wizard died. That seems much worse than the food
He turned
disappearing.
into mist. What was that? What was that? I mean, the only time I've seen things turn into mist like that is when I, lightning it to death. But, that didn't seem like lightning. We're not seriously going to just stay here and not do anything, right? Right?
Well, we should wait until,
Alright, well, we
Yeah.
stay here and
back.
I can do some music for everybody. And I pull out my lute.
dear.
Give it some time, my dear. Everything will become clear in a moment.
Okay, but I still want to play my lute.
Well, you can play. I was talking to...
Okay, so, yeah,
Astrid.
Eagle, you are following along. He's just like frantically rushing down the halls, so you can just like try to keep up with him. So he goes through several rooms. They pass through, 4 rooms until he comes into this smallish room that has like a perfectly black, like a black pillar. There's like a stone rectangular pillar. It's like perfectly smooth, and there's like water trickling down either side. And if you walk up to it, you see that in the center of this like basin, sort of, there's just like an infinite pool of black water that's like slowly dripping over the edge. And so then he reaches out his hand, says, "Don't worry, this is perfectly safe. You have to take my hand, otherwise this will send you anywhere in the mansion."
What do you mean?
This is just a portal. We just use these to get around the mansion. Pretty big. If you hold my hand, we'll teleport where we want. If you don't hold my hand, it'll just send you to a random location in the mansion. Do you grab his hand?
Was a very disgruntled look, yes.
Okay, as soon as he grabs your hand, he just like immediately like jumps over the side and like yanks you in. And then it's strange because like as you're falling into the water, like you can't you sort of feel like a cold, wet like sensation, but it doesn't really feel like you're getting wet. And then all of a sudden, instead of like falling into the basin of water, there's just like this weird like sensation of dizziness, and then you walk through a door, and you're like walking into the doorway of a room instead of like falling into a wet basin of water. That's very disorienting. So you can make a Constitution saving throw.
You can, but you don't have to. He said can.
Yeah, if you want to automatically fail, you don't have to roll.
No, that's not what that means.
Okay. Eagle, pick somebody to roll the die, and I'll show the camera.
Larry.
Okay.
I choose you.
I choose
I've
you.
got a D20 already on there. You ready? I click the button and make the die go up and down.
Oh! You should have chosen someone else.
That's a 1.
All right, so the rolls are going to be great tonight.
Okay. So yeah,
Why?
your stomach gets very upset with you at the sudden disorientation, and then you heave over, and some of the food you just were eating starts coming up.
Did I say I was eating anything? No.
Oh, you didn't eat anything. Okay, good news. You're just
I
doing some
Oh,
dry heaving then.
that's even worse because
And just
that's
eating
just
up
like
some
whatever's in your
food.
gut.
Stomach,
Uh.
bile and stuff. And you don't really notice anything because you're sort of upset for a little bit, and like your stomach is upset, but it doesn't seem like Gareth is paying attention. He just like strides over to the center of the room and starts doing stuff, but you can't really tell what since you're distracted. Okay, so what is everyone else doing in the main dining hall?
I am still eating the meat off of my sword.
Okay.
And just like looking at her, like being like, please don't play the lute. Please don't.
I'm playing. I'm playing
I've
now.
also been convinced to eat the meat again, and I'm eating it. But I'm also like looking between Crispora and Glame, noticing some tension.
Griel is still hiding
I'll
under
just
the table with his
start
bow
playing.
and arrows out. Or with his crossbow out.
So
Luke
you
Young.
guys,
Yeah.
is there like a blood feud between the two of you, or like did she?
No.
No. So, and what? Why not? You don't like each other then? I've never really understood it, to be honest. I don't really listen every time you say it, but I'm
Oh,
noticing
wow.
some.
You know, Glenn would love to explain that. He loves to explain everything.
I feel like this is not the time or the place to be having that discussion again. The host that we were supposed to be meeting is dead, and now everybody is, well, we're waiting. But also, let's keep focus. At the very least, we'll have a good story to tell later. And
Oh, yes.
at the worst, we'll almost die.
But both options are equally great, in my opinion. Almost dying is when you get the best stories.
Lugion is sipping on some of his tea with his legs crossed. He's also ritually casting Identify. I want to know what's magical in this room.
Everything. The whole room. Literally everything.
I know. But
The
I wanna
color is
know
going to start to come to
exactly
life
what
and
it is.
stab us, so it's going to be like Beauty and the Beast, but way
Yep.
worse.
Yep, I want to know everything that's magical. Like
Guys,
everything.
it's the evil chalice. The cup is back. The cup is come to seek its revenge.
The vampiric cup, yes.
Please don't.
That would be brilliant. Be like, the wizard acquired it as like an artifact, and he's been waiting for an appropriate party to bewitch, so he can get more sacrifices.
I have a trick. Does anyone want to see it?
Sure.
I'm gonna cast Mage Hand, and I'm gonna have the hand like pick up some of the food and start juggling it in midair in front of everyone.
Ariel just looks at you. What are you doing? should we be concerned at all? And you notice that as she is talking, she's like very tightly clutching her weapon and like looking around.
Well, I don't see the reason to be annoyed or worried because, like, nothing's happening, and we're just sitting in a room, so... Look, a hand, it can juggle. Not appropriate. I'm not very good. I don't really know what to do. Is it that obvious?
Quite so.
I'm really bored. Can we do something? I'm bored.
So, Lucian, have you ever seen a dagger do something like that?
Have I ever seen a dagger do that? Would I know of something like that?
Going to the lore man. Lore man, tell me the answers.
What? What was the question?
I asked Lucian if he had ever seen a dagger do that before.
A dagger
like-
do what?
Like Thanos to somebody.
Oh. Yeah, you can make a Arcana check.
Okay.
I think he knows what it is. He rolled a net. Wow. All right. So Barry's dice are going to be Barry's dice once again.
Okay.
That is a 27 total, by the way.
Well, okay then. Yeah, you noticed that when he was stabbed and the way that the black veins were appearing all over his skin, it reminded you vividly of a page you once saw in a book, describing some certain like evil demonic creatures that you think had the ability to curse blades. That victims were described in a similar fashion in this book.
From what I can recall, it seems that these demons, or at least a demon-cursed weapon that has decided to afflict our particular host. As far as I can tell, the dagger itself probably had the curse. So, if the defenses have been triggered, then that means that somebody has decided to assault that particular gentleman, and probably all who are in here. That is why I urge caution right now. We need calm heads, not instant action. And that was said in the wrong accent, so oh well.
I like instant action.
I figured you would, but give it some time. It will be there. The action will be there.
All that.
I kind of
Alright,
lean in
that's it.
over.
We waited long enough. I'm gonna ask what she's doing, and I'm gonna cast a message, and I'm gonna cast it at what's her Athela? Is that her name? Athela?
To Eagle's character. Eagle? Is your character named
What?
Athela?
What's going on?
Okay, so GM, I'm casting a message, and it has a range of 120 feet. I'm guessing she's out of range, but I wouldn't know that. So I cast message. I point my finger up to where Athela went, and I cast message.
Okay. Let us see. Where exactly they are. Oh no, is publisher frozen too now?
Oh no!
Microsoft products, what is wrong with you? Oh my goodness.
Your RAM is all filled up with tabletop simulators.
Apparently.
Again, Microsoft does not sponsor or have anything to do with this particular stream. We do not endorse, nor are we endorsed by Microsoft. The validity of their reliability of their products is all up to them. Any and all issues we have tonight is strictly anecdotal and should be taken as such. Ruler!
She is in range, in fact.
Oh, she is. Well, that surprises me. Okay. So then, as I cast message, and I say, "Oi, what's going on in there? Also, you can reply to this message." So you can make a short response.
Okay, you can make another Constitution saving throw if someone wants to roll for her.
Pick your roller, Eagle. You have to make another Constitution.
Literally every time I
Silva?
tab my Word document. I
Wait,
have
no,
to
you're
reload.
not in there either. Are you? Who's even in there to be able to roll?
Zeri, myself, Bazak, Kylar, and of course Kyrath.
If anyone cares,
Zeri?
Bazek's character is rolling underneath the table.
I'm rocking back and forth in the fetal, on my knees.
Okay. Zeri, you have quite a bit of stuff laid out on your little
Yeah,
table.
yeah. Kylar moved it all over, and I'm kind of wondering why.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
something-
Okay, sure, it is, yes.
Yep.
Okay, I'm rolling for Eagle, D20, correct?
Yeah, you can put it in the little circle.
Okay.
Okay. And click the 1. Boom. Wha-
Oh.
Okay.
It's a 7. It looked like a 1.
It looked like a 1 for a second. I was like, what the?
It was
Okay. So you have a 7 plus whatever your constitution is.
My con is +1.
And if it's a constitution save, I don't know if rogues
I
get
have-
that.
I have things in my area.
So it would be under your saving throw on D&D Beyond.
Yeah, it's still +1.
Oh, okay.
So what did you roll total?
That would be a total of 8.
Oh.
7 plus 1.
Yeah, so she is not really able to respond.
Well, wait, is she still puking?
Uh-huh.
Then I probably hear that.
Yeah.
She's dying, everyone. I heard it. I heard that she's dying. We should go help her now. She's so. I mean, all I can hear is blah blah blah. So I think we should go.
Are you sure that is her dying and not throwing up?
Why would she be throwing up?
I don't know.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Okay, so Eagle, Gareth comes over to you and he's got some smelling salts or something that calms your stomach down, and he kneels over to where you're laying on the ground and says, "Are you okay?" What was that?
She's speaking Elvish. The GM does not speak
wait, do I
Elvish, so
speak
please
Elvish? Wait,
translate.
hold on. I don't know if he speaks Elvish. No, he doesn't speak Elvish.
Say hello.
Could you repeat that? I'm afraid I didn't catch that.
She just glares.
Maybe we should get you back to the others. Yeah, let's start heading back to another portal room. I think we need to get you there. He
No more
reaches his
portals.
arm under your shoulder to try
No.
to prop you up. No? It would be a lot faster to take a portal than to go back through where we have to go. He starts trying to drag you out of the room. What do you do?
No more portals.
We are you we need to use the portals though. That's the way we get around the mansion. It'll be fine. Don't worry. As soon as you get used to it, like it'll be fine. And he like digs around in his pouch and he like pulls out like a little like tablet. He's like, here, just like chew on this. It'll help. Just next time, just like now you know what to expect. It'll be fine, right? Okay. And he like starts leading you on through. And just you turn down the hallway. And then you go into another room, and then in the center of this room, there's another one of those black pedestals. And he goes up to it, and then he grabs your hand. Do you grab it?
Yes.
Okay. He helps, like he grabs your hand, and then also under your armpit, and he like helps throw you into the water.
There you go. Whee!
But you notice as he's throwing you in, he lets go of your hand.
Uh-oh.
Well, he's gonna get shot next time I see him.
Okie dokie.
Yeah. If you want to try to grab back on, I guess you can make.
Yes.
Okay, you can make a dex
Barry.
saving throw if you want.
I need your
Okay.
dice.
What is it? Dexterity? Okay. You sure? Okay, then. In that case. Sure that's moused over. I don't know what it is. Please tell me it's good.
Woo,
That's pretty
17!
good.
Okay.
Okay,
So you
17.
managed to grab onto his arm and then right as you're falling through. So then there's the same exact strange sensation. Did you take the thing that he gave you to eat that?
After looking at it carefully, smelling it.
I mean, you can make a perception check on it if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's go with Zeri.
Okay, Zeri. Okay. I will scoot on over.
11.
Plus whatever you got and... Good night, Zeri.
What?
It's
Look how
just that
you give
fit,
it-
everybody.
Yeah. Her
Give it,
skills
like-
are really good. Okay, so yeah, it smells like slightly herbal. Seems fine. Doesn't smell like any poisons that you know.
I'll take it, yeah.
Okay, so then there's the same sensation of like falling and then immediately like on your feet walking through a door. And then you come out. So you can make another saving throw, but this time you can make it with advantage because you had the herbal remedy.
Zeri again.
Okay. Two. And she gets an advantage, so roll.
Well, good thing she took the pill.
One more roll. Zeri. Click the button one more time.
If you trust me.
It's higher!
So despite the pill that has a really nice, pleasant taste, you still
Can I aim any whatever I managed to throw up now that I've already thrown up so much onto him, please?
Sure.
That
I
would
guess you can make an attack roll. We'll see if it hits him.
That's what it sounded like. Okay, Eagle, who wants to roll? Eagle,
What?
who do you want to roll your attack?
You do it, Barry.
Oh, God. Okay.
Holy cow.
Okay,
Eagle's
fortunate-
cursed.
Fortunately or unfortunately, he manages to sidestep.
What are you doing, Zerion?
What are you doing, Zeri? What are you?
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about
What
it.
are you doing?
What?
What is happening? What is happening?
What?
You missed it. I had to. Oh, I deleted it all.
I didn't delete it all.
What is What's going on?
What just got put inside this chest over here?
A
Nothing.
lot
A
of
lot of other chests.
Everything
And
that
all
was
of
on
Sari's
Sari's
dice.
thing.
There was chestception happening. It came from this infinite chests thing, and then it turned into chestception because there were chests inside of chests inside of chests. And
I
we
just
pulled
highlighted
chests
it all
out.
and put it over there.
Okay, well,
We were being good. We were not distracting
I was paying
anyone.
attention.
Okay,
yeah,
so-
it was not on the
so
playing
you
space.
guys
It was
step
fine.
back
To acquire
through.
our toys.
And then Gareth like sidesteps. You're puking, and then he just looks down at Althea and is like, "Really? I think you need to recover here." He
Hey,
looks-
so you
looks
took
over
my
at the
dice
room.
too.
Hey, your
This is
companion
why-
has some motion sickness. You guys need some help over here.
So are the defenses down?
No, the defenses all seem to be in order.
No, I meant like turned off.
All good now. Everything's good.
Everything's good, so we can leave now. So we're not in the pocket
Well, no, we
dimension
need to.
anymore.
No. The magical defenses are still active. Yeah, I don't have administrative access to the magical algorithms that run the mansion, so unfortunately we can't exit the pocket dimension until after we gain administrative status. There may or may not also be an incursion of some sort,
And what?
so we might need to solve that.
Bad guys came in and are gonna
Am I
fight
done
us.
throwing up yet?
Oh,
They can make a Constitution
fight!
saving throw.
So
You mean, is she
how-
done dry heaving?
why didn't
So-
he just say that though? Why didn't he just say that?
Okay, good news. You succeed. Okay, you're done throwing up.
So how do we gain administrative access then, good sir? And also, why don't you have it if you're like second in charge here?
Because I'm not the administrator. I'm the apprentice.
Yes, but the administrator's death was the precipitating event of this whole lockdown. It seems like a design
What?
flaw.
Ah, that's
The
a good
thing
point.
that
And he like
started the
pulls out a
thing.
little notebook, and you hear him writing to himself. Add in protocol to give administrative access to next in line. And he's like muttering to himself.
I do that too. You hear the voices too.
So how did-
you all right down there?
Yeah. So we need to gain administrative access. There are 3 keys hidden throughout the mansion that we need to gather. If you guys wanted to help with that,
Aw, treasure hunt. Those are the worst.
But there are bad guys. You can
I'm
punch
actually
them in the face.
I'm actually pretty impressed that you guys all stayed in this room, right? None of you are like missing. And he like looks around.
Well, we were waiting for Althea to get back after you had disarmed the defenses. Shouldn't you have known that you didn't have administrative access before you went to go do that?
Well, I was checking on the state of the defenses, so they're fine. I was able to do some stuff to prevent potentially bad things from happening, but I can't end the lockdown. Yeah, but there is a couple other things I need to go take care of. So if you guys could just like go ahead and find these keys, that would be excellent.
So, I'm gonna need a list of all these defenses and how to bypass all of them. You have that, right?
Oh, that'll take too long.
So, what you're saying is you don't just have that with you, or you just don't know.
And then
what
he's
they
like,
are?
he snaps his fingers. He snaps his fingers, and then this a glowing blue. Oh, dang it! Oh well. Ignore the reveal area. You can now see. Drag the token through there.
Oops. As an orange hand went all the way
Wait,
over
can you
there
guys
to
see all
trace
your
it.
tokens? Cause I.
Yeah.
I can't see if Eagle's character is supposed to be back. I can't see her.
Oh,
She's at the edge of the fog of war. That's why. There we go. Put her back there. I can see her now. I found her. I clicked on her and I moved her. Problem solved.
Hold on, we need to make it so.
That our characters reveal the light.
No, you guys aren't supposed to be able to reveal the fog of war because then you could just swing your
Or
tokens
I just
everywhere.
boom.
No, what are you doing? No. What did you just? How did you do that?
I undid it on my token options. Don't worry. I fixed it. I could not resist doing it once.
No, dude. Okay, no one do that.
You can put it back, right?
Oh.
No, you can't. The only option is completely fill in the entire thing, or delete it all. I can't erase parts of it. So
Yeah.
please
I
do
know
not
who's
do
gonna
that.
die first tonight.
I'm okay with that.
Okay, there.
Someone's gonna have
Now
rocks
no one
on
can
his
access any
head.
contextual menu, so I don't know if you can toggle things still.
I will let you know. I cannot. Yep, all of those are gone now. Yep, I can't do it.
Okay,
anymore.
good. That also means you can't search inside chests. So,
Oh wait, no, never mind. No, the toggles buttons are still there. Never mind.
dang it. Okay, no one click reveal fog of war token, or they will be in trouble. So, anyways, so this glowing blue apparition that looks like a female elf appears, and she says, "Hello, I am the house's magical interface."
Not again! Not again! No! I don't want to do. No!
Everyone is just staring at you.
And I couldn't hear what the what you said. The
You hear from under the table. Are we
Okay,
gonna
Gareth
die
starts
now?
walking out of the room while you're freaking out.
Is it good? Is it good?
Grill, not yet. But we are apparently needed to go get some keys. We could use your particular abilities if you so wish to come.
Or we could stay
Embracing
stranded
that.
in the pocket dimension forever. Just think of no audience, no people to uplift except ourselves. I'm gonna go insane. Okay, no, we're finding the keys. Also, why are you freaking out? It's like an administrative assistant
It's
sort
a
of
ghost.
thing. It's not a.
It's a ghost.
It's not a ghost.
it's
Not a ghost.
I am not the
Are you a
ghost.
ghost?
I am the house's magical interface. You may call me Thmee.
It's
Well, if everyone's
not a
going, I'll
ghost.
go.
I try and put my hand through it.
Your hand goes through it.
It's a ghost! It's a ghost! It's a ghost! Ah!
No,
I only
it's
have
crazy
2 in my head.
wizard
I don't
stuff.
need any more.
What?
Yeah, I'm gonna cast minor illusion and like make like a little thing appear in my hand that's like glowing, and then put my hand through it and be like just like a glowing orb, and like, is this a ghost? Look, your hand can go through this too, right? It's not a ghost. It's a thing that's supposed to help us do stuff inside the house. Well,
I put my hand through the orb. It won't like get into my head. It won't. Safe.
so sister, do you get inside people's heads?
No.
Oh, she says no, so I'm gonna go with a no on
You
that one.
must speak your inquiries aloud. Telepathic thought communication not enabled.
That means it won't go in your head.
Oh, okay. Okay. Trusting. Shh. They're not ghosts. It's fine.
So, Lucian, Greel, Crispero, are we all going now to do the stuff that the crazy guy who's unorganized
So
wants us to go do?
when you went to check the defenses, you said that magic could be
Okay.
a problem. What did you say?
I said Gareth left the room while Astrid was screaming about ghosts.
Yeah, he's gone. By the way, how is my identify going? Because it only takes 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah, you can see that the
Literally
entire table seems to be a special sort of enchanted table, and there's a lot of magic coming through the air around it. And then, yeah, you see... Hold on a second, let's see what else you see.
Yeah, it might
Identify
be
only works on
quicker
one
to
thing,
list.
doesn't it?
That's not. Huh?
But identify only works on one item.
Which thing?
Yeah,
do
the
you
item
get?
is the
Yeah.
room.
Yeah,
Duh,
I'm
loophole.
looking at the entire... trying to identify the entire room because I'm also touching the entire room as well. Because loopholes.
Okay, well, yeah, so you see that the whole room is...
like you have to
It
touch
says a
a
magical
one item
dining
at a
hall
time.
enchanted to... What exactly does identify tell you?
Tells me if it's a magical item, if there's a magical imbuement on it, I also learned the properties and how to use them.
Okay. Yeah, basically you sense that it's a very fancy magical dining room that just summons food dishes based on the preferences of the people sitting at the table, and that it automatically cleans up any spills. Yeah.
Alright then.
But the food is still real. The food it creates is real. And it still has calories.
Alright then. Let's see if we cannot find these keys. And Lucian will stand up, pull out his spear, and don his shield.
Yeah, Grill is like sticking like real close to what was his name again?
Lucian?
Yeah, to Lucian.